Tugs at NIU has evolved basically into the most scientifically best way to pull rope.
If you're feeling that you're hurting, just remember that, you know, the guy, let's say in front of you, is hurting as much.
Yeah, buddy.
It's the most brutal sport you could imagine. I explain it that it is a tug-of-war, but it has trenches so you can get your footing. So it's not a flat surface tug. It's a tug where you can plant your feet in and get leverage, and as a result, it's very violent.
Tugs, how I've always described it, is a tug-of-war on steroids, basically. You got two teams with 9 guys in trenches pulling on a rope for 20 minutes for the first 2, and then, you know, however long you can last on the 3rd one.
It's a hard club to get into, to actually be competitive out there. You see fraternities even in their first year struggle.
It's a way that the fraternities are able to show what type of potential that they all have as a community. And I feel that during Tugs Week, you know, the community is a lot more lenient towards one another, and there's a stronger bond between everybody during Tugs because there's no denying people who don't work hard and people who do work hard.
Back in the 60s, when Tugs was a part of Springfest, it was over by the lagoon, and they actually tugged over a body of water. They still had the trenches, so it had that element to it. The technique wasn't anything like it was through the 80s and 90s and even today.
Ride it down! What? Relax. Hit it! Good shit! Get up, Juan!
Well, when people hear Tugs, they think of, oh, my high school used to have a tug-of-war thing and it was really competitive, or my, you know, church camp used to have a tug-of-war and it was a lot of fun. I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. I mean, every tugger is in a 2-foot by 2-foot trench, and they put their feet up against the lip of the trench so they can get leverage, and it's 9 on 9. And if you imagine people that have been working out sometimes year-round getting as much leverage as possible in sync, and the physics of that is a tremendous amount of pressure.
I think every year Tugs is something people look forward to. I know fraternities take it really serious for the whole semester. I feel that a lot of people know what to expect with Tugs.
I'm not a tugger, but the people in my chapter who are tugging, they almost form a separate sect. Like, they're a family on that team. They're out there every day, 2-3 hours a night, in the rain, sunshine, night, doesn't matter. And they form that bond between, if you're talking the inner teams, I mean, those people will do anything for each other. Of course, anybody in a chapter will do anything for each other, but those people, it seems around Tug season, they grow really close.
I feel that practice is the #1 thing that every fraternity needs in order to come out on top.
All right, quick question. Am I supposed to be sitting on the board?
No, not really.
Back. All right, so we gotta move shit back.
You can't move shit.
Oh, I'm sitting on it.
I don't have to get lucky on that.
Get back. All the way, Jake G.
One, 2, 2.
Trust!
Go, get up. Come on. All the way up.
Bite up high. Run the rope, bite up high.
Up.
You gotta pull.
With bad trenches, you know, comes bad form. And with bad form, you know, you have a bad team. For our case, we were digging on the slope, and it was really difficult to dig evenly, as well as even out the field in general.
Like this? Oh, that's a fucking... It's a fucking tree.
Well, you know, the rope is large, and there's a tremendous amount of pressure by both teams, and if you don't properly tape up, you're going to burn your skin real bad. You can break your ribs and get rib injuries. You know, most tuggers will take a sock or shin guard and duct tape it down to their forearm. because the rope comes across your forearm and through your ribs. And so you've got to tape up with a towel and tape your arm and your rib area so you can get a good grip on the rope.
Get back up, Jake.
My pad's slipping.
That's like opposite.
How
You're killing me.
about Donnie? Taco. I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. Here, stand.
You have to pull up a YouTube video or something to show it to people so they can even imagine or understand what it's like. And then they start to understand. When you go and you see the match in person and you can feel the energy from it and the intensity of it, you start to understand and appreciate it.
As for intercamaraderie between the fraternities, you'll never see it on the rope until after it. But you know that bond's there. They all know it's healthy competition. There's some who, in all sports, there's some who have hard feelings after. They're not happy that they lost, but it's felt. You know, everyone knows, and it's just great to get the Greeks in the same plot of land for a few hours every day.
For marketing, me and Brian Cassidy, the vice president of marketing, basically we use Twitter, we use social networks. We did this thing on Twitter where it was a live Twitter session giving everyone updates of first, second row, people who won, bracket updates, time updates. We also utilize the Northern Star, so we put our ads in the paper, put our brackets in the paper, pretty much just do anything to let the whole NIU community know exactly what's going on throughout the whole week. This is the third time I've come out to dig the Tugs trenches for IFC. This is the 5th year that I've been involved in Tugs. These two are the big tools.
Ah, you grabbed mine already. For the trenches, you gotta measure them out. Then 2 feet from here, in line with the knife.
You don't want to try the toy, Alan?
That good? Yeah. You gotta spray paint it. Make sure your lines are straight. Take it up a little bit. Put that down. Then you gotta take the first layer of grass off.
Yeah.
Do it all the way to the tape.
Okay.
Here, should we like bring one of the tarps out?
Gray one.
It's like an inch bigger. That's alright. It was just 1 inch, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, you can. Oh! And you dig a slightly sloped line for the trenches, 6 inches down, angling all the way up. More than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, now it's alright.
Check your depth. 6.
Yep. It's a little.
Thanks.
And you put a 2x6 in. We got that tape measure. Yep.
Sledge. Yeah, do you want me to grab one of those little boards so you don't ruin the wood?
No, you use a sledgehammer. Do that 18 times and you're done.
I wouldn't cover these trenches right after we get done because we need to air them out. Call me if you can't find anything you need me or something. That's how it's done.
Back then it was 11 on 11, and now it's 9 on 9. And there's also a higher weight limit. So the weight limit on first rope was 205 pounds. Now it's 195 pounds.
Second row, everyone peed, right? Yeah,
Yep, there's the ears. Here we go.
We're about to go weigh in for the first time. Got a match against Sammy's at 3:30, so of course 5 a.m. is the best time to weigh in for that.
Basically here to weigh in and to eat. That's what we're here for. So
What are
as
you
soon as
eating?
we're eating burgers, steak, anything you could get your hands on, get fat. Because right now, I'm about to faint.
It's been a long road, but the hard work hopefully pays off. I'm excited, anxious. We'll see how it goes, How the trenches look? Trenches look great. They were wet when we put them in on Saturday. It was a big puddle. Sunday, we tarped them. Sunday morning, I came out here. It was, just as bad, getting a little better. I took the tarps off, let the sun dry it up, and today they look better than ever.
Making sure everyone's focused, making sure they're in the zone, you know?
Ready.
Let's go. Larry, you up?
We're ready. That's all I gotta say.
Nervous, excited?
Not at all.
Does anybody have any extra tape?
Just ready.
So you guys probably know, but absolutely no touching the Tuggers. If someone needs more tape, you gotta rip the tape off, put it on the ground, they'll grab it and they'll put it on themselves. Let's have a good match, call fair. We're gonna call out every 5, 10, 15 minutes. After that, we're gonna call every minute how much time's left, okay?
Can we ask you how much time there is?
What? You ask. If you ask, we'll tell you too, okay? At 20 minutes, get on for the first 2 matches. Our shot block's gonna come up, step up the road, okay? Other than that, let's go fair. It's good. Sammy's got higher seeds. You call the first coin toss. If it goes to a third, there'll be another coin toss. Same seed, you will call it. There. Here you are. Pick the side. High bank, low bank. Here, bank. You want low bank? High bank, are you ready? Low bank, are you ready? Tuggers ready? Tuggers set. Tug!
It's extremely important to not try to jump the gun. If you do that, you can end up losing everything that you just gained. You can have it from, it can be third trench, try to hit them, they come up with it and you guys start getting gassed, it'll just drag right through.
Everything you got! Everything, let's go! Use your fucking legs, Juwan. Let's fucking go!
I think for a lot of reasons, it's been on its way up and has been up since '08 when the IFC took it over.
Let's go! Let's turn the
Last year when I was tugging, it wasn't like this. It's just the trenches are going to be blown. Every first couple of hits, I predict that the high bank, I think, over there is going to blow the 5th trench for sure. When they pulled off the tarp, it was all the way up to the top. It was overflowing into the 4th and the 6th trench. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be a good tug, but the conditions right now, they're really shitty. The rain's gonna make it hard for to pinch on the rope, and they're gonna have a hard time to be able to keep the rope going their way. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen.
This is Tugs weather. Every year we can't get by without a rain day. This is our rain day. We're used to it, practicing it. It's gonna be fine.
If you can't tug in the mud, you're not gonna know what to do when you start sliding, when the rope is wet, how just to do everything.
And then how much does that change your strategy as a caller?
As a caller, we don't actually change our strategy for that. It's the same deal. The rope's going to be sliding anyways for both teams. It's going to be wet everywhere. The trenches, just as bad on, it levels the playing field.
We're fighting to get 5th. This is terrible, but we want to get us a good cushion for next year. But it's kind of redundant, if you will, because if we're not first, we're last. Really, we're kind of shooting for 2nd because 5-6 got 1st on lock. But 5th place don't get no trophy. 2nd place gets a nice little 5-footer, 4-footer. And that was good for me. I've been tugging for 3-4 years now, and I haven't got a trophy yet, even though we come close every time. And this year, honestly, we jacked ourselves. We have no one else to blame but ourselves.
Go back, Hey, let's go, Danny. Come on, baby. Hold it, Daniel. Hey, good Let's go, boys! Come on now!
Yeah, man, this match right here, man, semifinals, very important. Our guys are excited, we're excited, worked hard all season long. I mean, it's 2 ropes. Hopefully we take out to a victory, and hopefully Saturday will be the championship match, which is the goal.
General consensus of the team is we got a shot, we're going to win. We're both 2 really good teams. In my opinion, we're the 2 best teams in the tournament. I think this is the championship match. The semifinal yesterday was a little sloppy, so good luck to either of those teams in the first and third place match. I think this is the championship. We got a team. We got a good team. We got a shot to win. If we stay low, tire them out, we're gonna win.
Get deep! Get deep! Yeah, let's go!
I've noticed that the really good teams that have become a powerhouse or that want to become a powerhouse, they learn from every year and they get a little bit better every year. And after you put together 3, 4, 5 years of really competing hard, you find yourself, towards the top of the tournament and a legitimate powerhouse.
One thing you got to give credit for is Fight Caps is how they're coming out strong. They have nothing to lose, so they're going to put it all on the table. But 5-6, they're another breed of a Tugs team. They eat, sleep, breathe Tugs. And until someone catches them right now, they're going to win every year.
These letters, they're not letters. All right, this is blood, this is family. No matter if the rope's going that way and going that way, 2 feet, 3 feet, whatever. It takes a lot to get the rope taken from you, okay? The easiest way to do that is to put them in the shock. It's gonna be the best day of your fucking lives, boys. It's gonna be the best day of your lives. A memory that you'll never forget.
I'm gonna look at every single one of you guys and I'm gonna say, let's go. You guys are gonna flip that fucking switch and we're gonna fucking roll. We're gonna do what we keep doing. Hit hard, lock hard, eat hard, down hit hard, fucking everything. All the faith in the world, boys.
Hey guys, thanks for having me out today. Thanks for all of us being here. This is a great event. Guys, good luck to both of you today. Go kick ass.
Higher seed, call it in the air for high bank or low bank. Heads it is, take your pick. High bank, all right, switch it up. Who wants some more? Get the fuck up.
And run him. He's out of rope. He's out of rope. And he's out of rope.
It's undescribable, man. I mean, won last year as a second rope caller, to come back next year, win as a first rope caller, first repeat in 5-6 history, man. It's undescribable. It's absolutely amazing.
You know, we came out with pride. Five Caps again put up a huge, they were great, competitive, so it was great, feeling good.
I was, obviously they gave you the most challenge, stopping your lockdowns at the beginning.
Yeah.
What was the feeling?
The feeling is don't panic. You get stick in your mind. You're feeling okay. These guys, they trained. Five Caps were good. They held their pinch. They did what they had to do, what the coaches told them to do. So when a team, defends or lock it down, you have to just not panic, hang it out, and do what Tugs do.
How'd it feel?
Make it look a little bit better. Make it look a little bit better. Hold it.
Thanks.
You earned it. Come on.
Thanks, brother.
How'd it feel calling the winning rope?
Man, it felt great, man. Undescribable. Probably a high that I'll take it with me for the rest of my life, honestly. So, I mean, let us know one of these guys, and now it's time to celebrate.
We definitely worked our way up to get up in the championship. We beat seed 3, beat seed 2, and I'm okay with first, but I'm okay with second, but I've been happy with first, just like everyone else. But I'm proud of my team. We came a long way. I wish the best for them all. So
what's the plan for next year?
Practice harder and longer.
Went great, man. Happy to be done, but the whole week we had to deal with some challenges with rain and weather and mud. It was fun, a lot of fun. The event went great. We finished up, obviously 5-6 won it. Went well.
yeah, nothing. I couldn't ask for anything better.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think Tugs was ran pretty smoothly. There was definitely some ways we could have made things run a little more smoother, but I think Tugs was very successful. We learned a lot of things. A lot of people came out. I think one thing that we did better than last year was definitely marketed to all of the NIU community, not just NIU Greek. So.
Hey, it's been a great year, great Tug season. Real proud to see how it went, sportsmanship. See you next year.